Lulu, I'm Maria, I'm Mama.
Yeah.
I'm Lulu.
Okay. Caleb, that's wonderful.
So this is going to be West Coast versus West Africa challenge, James versus Jeff. Jeff did a video first showing him do some saw sharpening technique using Paul Sellers' advice and videos, a guy we can all learn from and all enjoy seeing do his videos. Jeff and I are going to do some videos and show you the differences between West Africa and California, between what he has available, what I have available, differences in culture, differences in ways of thinking, and hopefully it's helpful, hopefully it's inspiring, and hopefully it gives you guys new ways to think about the blessings we have here in the States and the challenges faced in other parts of this world. And hopefully you enjoy this, my first video. Thanks, Jeff, for the challenge. I know I came up with the idea, but you put pen to the paper, and I appreciate it. This piece is mimosa tree, which has a Janka hardness of 770, so it's a little different than my brother's 830 African mahogany, but 770 to 830 I think is pretty comparable for what we can get. I know he's using native tree to where he lives. I'm not using a native tree to where I live, except that this is a mimosa tree, and it's right next to where I am. So there you have it. Giant mimosa tree. Oh, and here's our lovely ginkgo. And on the other side of that, the tall straight one is a black walnut, and obviously in California we have a palm tree. So although these aren't all natives, this mimosa tree is incredible shade, makes for a great lawn over there. It's really nice. We love these mimosa trees. Unfortunately, we've had to cut down 2 of them because they're dying. I don't think they have as long of a life as the long-lived ginkgo or that ancient walnut over there. But I do want to mill that someday. That black walnut's going to be mine. You can see there's some disease in it, which I'm not sure what's going to happen to the wood as I plane it down and sand it up and see what's going on. So as you can see, this is real rough cut with a chainsaw, just kind of like what Jeff would be getting out in Caggiolo. So we'll see how that goes when I cut through that. But I did want to remove this live edge. Oh, here's the djembe drum that's probably made with some of that jala wood. Maybe not, I don't know. Jeff, could you tell me what that is? Nice and light, and ready for some sawing. Let's see if we can't do less time in 20 centimeters, which is from here to here. I'm sorry, from here to here, 20 centimeters. I'll be again cross-cutting this. I think my brother was cutting a rip cut, but I don't really want to do that, so I'm going to cut this way, and we'll see what happens. I don't do anything like my brother. Okay, I got 2 saws here. I got that Japanese pole saw, which is so much fun for slicing off little dowels that you put into your piece to hold as joinery. Love this thing. But I'm not going to use this because this is hardwood. This is a nice saw, and I don't want to mess up the teeth. This is my go-to. This is my Stanley Sharp Tooth general purpose saw. I've had this saw for a long time, and that's what I'll be using. Alright, as I get into motion here, I'm gonna, what am I doing? Why would I use this when I have that? Alright, who am I kidding? I'm gonna use my table saw. I love this table saw. It's a Craftsman hybrid, halfway between a contractor's and a cabinet maker's table saw. It's perfect for me. Really neat top, neat finish. I made this nice cross-cut sled for it. Put it in my stop block. I'm going to be putting my workpiece here and making that 20 centimeter cut. And as I make that 20 centimeter cut, I will examine the differences between this blade and a different blade that I'll install, and we'll see how those blades differ in their ability to cross-cut. We need to use our safety gear at all times. Be safe, careful. Again, I've made sure that this is an unplugged power tool so that I'm not going to be harming myself or anybody else. I got to be aware of who's coming in or out of the door. My children are here at home taking care of them, so I need to make sure that they don't get harmed. All right, again, I have my workpiece here, and we're just going to make a 20 centimeter cut, which is approximately here to here, and I'll get a tape measure to prove it to you. There you can see it's 10.5 inches, which everyone knows is 20 centimeters. I don't know. I don't know that, but I'm going to cut 10.5 inches through this wood. We'll see how it goes. We'll compare it to another blade that I put on here, cutting through another 10.5 inch cross-cut section of this mimosa. I do know a centimeter is smaller than an inch. In fact, there's 2.54 centimeters in every inch. Worked really well. Nice cut. Easy. I'm going to lower the blade height because I've cut almost all the way through this wood. It's very thick, but I didn't want to cut it to width. There we go. So now this next cut is going to be a really simple cut. I'm just cutting through about a centimeter high on this wood. Let's see if I can't keep it nice and straight by using this stop block and orienting where the blade will go. I should be able to have a nice clean cut. Cut there. Ended up being a great cut, and took me about 4 or 5 seconds. Let's change the blade, see how it goes. So here's my choices for blades. Let's take them out and see what we got here. This is a ply tooth blade? I don't think so.
Dad, look what I made.
Hey, neat. Oh, my boy's a maker too. Check that out. I like it. Henry, what do you call this?
I don't really know its name yet.
Oh, you're on video, bud. Look over there.
Hi.
You don't know its name yet?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty creative, bud. I like it a lot.
Thanks.
All right, I'm going to get back to the video.
Okay.
This is a chrome nickel molybdenum steel. Nice rip. It's got 4,600 max RPM. I believe this is the blade that came with the machine. 10 inch 40 tooth, 5,500 max. It's a nice one. This one looks mean. Check that out. This is the Moly Carb, and it's a 40 tooth. But it looks like it's got those anti-vibration little cuts out. This is the Chrome Edge Sears Craftsman number 932668. Again, chrome nickel moly Bendum, which is just like this one. So, you can take a vote which one to use. The old Craftsman that came with this, or that Allied. Oh, looks pretty sweet. I think I'm going to go with the old Craftsman, see if what they provided with this hybrid table saw, even though I've used this a ton in the last year, see if it's still up to the task. So I have my blade that I'm going to be changing. Again, I use my tools to unlock the arbor. I let this rest against here, then I use a little hex key to undo my nut. You know, I've seen people say that when you're removing the nut off of the arbor, you're supposed to make it do that left tilt that the blade will do, but I'm not a pansy, and I can take a nut off of this arbor without dropping it into the cabinet. Maybe. Ooh, he's talented. I got both in one shot. Alright, blade comes off. This is the 60 tooth. Really nice. Max RPM 7,000. I have this running on a 110, so I don't think that I'm going to be up that high RPMs. Just kidding, I didn't lose it. It works well. Again, I'll be using my stop block here, leaning it up perfectly with that cut, applying pressure down like this, and here we go. Raise my blade to its max height. See how this goes. You do the counting. Now again, I'm going to have to make a second pass. As you can see here, maybe you can't. Now you can. As you can see, some of the blade got through on the top, but not all the way. So what I'm going to need to do is to lower that again, make a pass through this angle, and just cut off this small part. Lowering my blade height. Really just a thin take because the blade went almost all the way through. And then again, I'll line it up with where I want the cutoff to go. Apply pressure. Set it up. Here we go. Again, this is why I'm cutting off this portion of this wood, because I have a feeling that once I get past that soft part in the middle, I'm going to get to something really nice right about here. And it allowed me to do those cross cuts of 20 centimeters or more for my brother on a table saw in the States. Jeff, I love you. Can't wait to make more videos, talk about life, talk about what we're doing here, talk about what we're doing with wood. Bye.